Welcome to Football Guys Sunday Morning Live. I love that video every time I see it. I am your host today, and as always, Joey Wright, joined today in the Upside Down by Jagger and Adam, who's usually at the end of our show. But today he wanted to be on right away to talk about these injuries. But we'll get into that in a second. Guys, how's our weekend been? What did we do this weekend?
Football, man. That's it. It's
Mm-hmm.
nothing but college football for me.
Yeah.
Same
Adam,
college football. Lost a lot of money. We're down bad. So hopefully, fantasy football can bring us back.
I watched the Arkansas Auburn game yesterday. It was just I was in between movies and I'm like, I'm going to watch this game. And man, Auburn secondary was just getting torched and tons of interceptions. I don't know. I don't think Auburn's going to be very good this year, guys. I just want to breaking news there for you.
I'm
But
an
guys,
Arkansas
let's
fan. Woo pick suey. I have to say,
yeah,
it,
there
Harry.
you go.
I'm sorry. Okay.
No, it's fine. I don't like Auburn. I don't know why I was watching that game. But guys, let's go ahead and hop into the injuries. We got Adam here with us, so we want to get right into that to answer some of those questions. Let's take a look at who's going to be out today first. We do know for sure Joe Mixon will be out today. Adam, what are we hearing about Joe Mixon? What kind of length are we looking at with this injury?
Yeah, it's something like a high ankle sprain. On average, running backs can miss about 3 weeks with a high ankle sprain. I do have a little bit of optimism about Joe Mixon for a couple of reasons. One, when that injury happened, he kind of came back on the sideline. He was cutting around. I think he might have came in for a snap or two, and then he ended up exiting and did not return. There's a small subset of running backs that have played through high ankle sprains by missing no time or minimal time, and Joe Mixon actually is in that category. He's been dinged up earlier in his career. I think people got burned that one year when he had that vague mid-foot sprain and he was out. They never really put him on IR. He actually ended up missing the rest of the season. But besides that, typically Joe Mixon's a guy that we've seen play through injury and undershoot the average time missed. So I'm cautiously optimistic he could be back next week. That's not standard for a high ankle sprain, but I think if you have Joe Mixon, there's reason to be optimistic.
Good stuff. Jagger, are you starting Cam Akers today? Like, at what point would you be benching him if you need to?
If I'm just loaded at running back and honestly in the flex, because I don't hate the matchup at all. And moreover, I just love the Texans offense and Cam Akers, as much as we like to hate on him, he does play well in these outside zone schemes. And all this is just like another spinoff of Kyle Shanahan and Sean McVay. So I'm willing to roll him out in the flex if unless I have like Devontae Adams or something like that to put in there. So.
Yeah, Jeff's not here, but I know Jeff likes to talk about sneaky revenge games, and it is one for Cam Akers today. He was a Minnesota Viking at one time, and we have started to forgive him for going to Florida State, so we've moved past that with Cam Akers. So next up is going to be out today. Isaiah Pacheco will not be out there. We're looking at a Samaje Perine, Carson Steele split backfield there. I think, guys, I'm going to ask you both. If you've got to pick one of those guys between Carson Steele and Samaje Perine, and you have to start them, which one would it be?
Carson Steele for me.
Carson Steele? Adam?
I'm going to go Samaje Perine only because Carson Steele, undrafted rookie, do they hand over the full workload to him? That's the only thing I have a question about. I think he's looked better than Perine, but it's just the unknown of the rookie.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And as far as the injury of Pacheco, what are we looking at time-wise on that?
So we still don't really know exactly, because they were talking about, based on the treatment option, what his return to play timeline was going to be. I think 6 to 8 weeks is a good projection right now. That's what I projected him for our Football Guys subscribers when we talked about the injury that he sustained. So that's what I'm leaning towards right now. I think if you got IR spots, he's definitely worth holding on to. I would not drop him, but we're looking at an extended absence.
Perfect. Not perfect for extended absence. Perfect with your analysis of breaking that down.
Oh, thank you.
Also out today, Cooper Kupp, Keenan Allen, Jordan Addison, AJ Brown is out another week. A lot of first-round players here. This is sad to see. Deebo Samuel, Jagger, Juwan Jennings. Any interest today?
I mean, yeah, like I'm putting him in there in like some dynasty leagues where you have those deep rosters and a lot of that talent spread thin. So I'm putting him in the flex. you really got to trust Kyle Shanahan because he really has a next man up mentality. I'm not forcing Jawan Jennings into my lineup. This is like if someone's injured and I have to put some on the bench into my lineup, I'm going to put Jawan Jennings in over like, Josh Palmer's of the world,
I did a lot of those early best ball drafts right after the Super Bowl. It was like 2 weeks after the season ended. They had best ball draft starting up, and I took Jawan Jennings in quite a few. I'm like maybe like 25% of those drafts. So I'm excited for those teams. They might get a little bump today. David Njoku's also out. George Kittle, another 49er out today, and Evan Ingram.
The real answer is that it's a Brandon Ayuk day is what I'm thinking.
Yeah,
sure.
Questionable today, and this is kind of where I think the most questions are going to be today is Justin Herbert or Jordan Love. Until we get some clarity on that, both are questionable and said they're going to try to give it a go. Adam, looking at these two quarterbacks, which one do you think is more likely to start today, and would you want to start them?
It's Justin Herbert. I would be okay starting him. Looking at our football guys rankings, he's kind of buried down there right now, and I think that's mostly because there was a lot of uncertainty if he was going to play. We got him consensus ranked at quarterback 30 right now on the website. I think from the stuff I've looked at, he's going to try to give it a go. It's a high ankle sprain that's different than skill position players. So we talked about with like Joe Mixon, how that can be an extended absence. It's a similar timeline for quarterbacks, but there's a smaller sample that I have of quarterbacks actually playing through that injury just because there's different positional requirements that go along with playing through a high ankle sprain for a quarterback versus a skill position player. So I think there's optimism. Justin Herbert could play a little bit higher on him than what we have right now. But like I said, I think that's just because there's some uncertainty, decreased mobility, not a lot of rushing yards, but he's still a pretty safe quarterback if he does suit up. And then regarding Jordan Love, MCL sprain, sounds like he's really close. Initial timeline I had was around 2 weeks. It sounds like he's not going to play or is leaning towards more doubtful this week. So I would not expect Jordan Love to be active, but I think he's really close. I think as we get into week 4 is probably a likely return date for Jordan Love.
Awesome. Thank you. All right. Not expected to play today. Raheem Mostert, Kenneth Walker, and Taysom Hill. So if you have these players in your lineup, they haven't been declared out just yet, but it is trending that that's going to be the way. So look for replacements there, but expected to play. Let's get some positive news. Tajay Spears is expected to be out there today for the Tennessee Titans. Like we mentioned, Cam Akers, Carson Steele, and Samaje P. Ryan are all getting some extra work this week. T. Higgins, is expected to play. He has said he's going to play, and the coach has said he's going to play. Let's hope this is not a repeat of week 1 with Christian McCaffrey and that T. Higgins is out there on Monday night. If you guys have T. Higgins, I'm asking you this, Jagger, are you rolling into Monday night with a backup option on your bench?
Yeah. It'd be Andre Yoshevich or Jermaine Burton. I really don't want to put Jermaine Burton in a lineup. I know there's a big hype train that he's good, but he's apparently just not the best off the field player right now. And it's hard for me to trust him without that snap count, but I'm willing to risk it for T. Higgins because that matchup is just so good that like to me, this should be the get right game for the Bengals, or at least show that they're not, completely busted.
Yeah. I love all the Bengals players this week. Good.
Yeah. And I wanted to add too, I mean, we've got 2 Monday night games, so there's more pivot options this week than there have been in the past. Again, looking at some of the numbers here, I'm sorry to be a little nerdy, but wide receivers coming off hamstring strain, wide receivers that don't miss time, so they play through a hamstring strain. On average, their fantasy production dips by 20%. On average, wide receivers that miss at least 1 game, production dips by 2%. So a lot of that is telling us when these guys rest up, they get right, and they do return to the field, they're close to 100%. They're producing what they typically do on average when they're healthy. So if T. Higgins is active, I think he's a great play this week.
Perfect. And don't ever apologize for being nerdy on this show. If that was the case, we would never stop apologizing for the entire 90 minutes of this show. Also out there today, expected to play Michael Pittman Jr. and Josh Downs is going to make his debut this season for the Colts. And guys, before we get into the actual starts and sits, just want to remind you, If you're watching us here on YouTube, go ahead and like and subscribe to the channel. We are here today for the full 90 minutes, so we'll be here till 12:30. The first hour here with Adam, and then at 11:30, we'll be joined by Matt Montgomery, one of our analysts here at Football Guys and an IDP expert. So if you've got those IDP questions, get them ready for Matt. Even though Jagger, as we learned last week, Jagger can answer the IDP questions. And then right after Matt finishes up, he will be over in the Discord in our Sunday morning kickoff AMA answering starts and sit questions over there. And then, you know what, guys, last week, we had so much fun with Hutchinson Brown. He laughed at all my jokes. So he's coming back this week to fill in for Jeff, who's on his bye week. He texted me before the show. He's having mimosas and brunch. So go Jeff Bell, enjoy your mimosas and brunch. But guys, let's just hop into these and starts and sits. We saw they were a ton of questions. Jagger said, man, they really loaded it up today. First question, John in here. Good morning, John. Two big asks. One, Hurts or Carr? Adam, where are you going there? Jalen Hurts or Derek Carr?
I'm going with Jalen Hurts. I know Derek Carr's been good. I wouldn't overthink it, though.
And then in a flex spot, Jagger, Yosivas, Jacoby Myers, or Christian Kirk?
Oh, that's rough. I'd probably put in Yosivas for now. Jacoby Myers just seems to be replaced by Brock Bowers, and we kind of expected that. Kirk is almost droppable in redraft right now. He's statistically one of the worst players. Right, I've dug into the Jaguars. If you think the Jaguars aren't very good, Kirk is really not good. And if we expect him to like elevate at all, it's probably going to go Brian Thomas Jr. and Evan Ingram's way. Not this game for Evan Ingram.
It's so I really hope this Jags offense turns it around this year. I mean, I'm not a Jags fan or anything, just for fantasy purposes. Half PPR flex, Ford or JSN, Jagger?
I'm going to put in JSN as well. I like the matchup as well, and Ford is. I'm worried about him. He might just be kind of a good game script matchup if he's catching passes because Deontay Foreman is starting to eat into that workload.
Okay. Morning, Mike. Mike's back with us again. Good morning. Good football morning. I like that. Full PPR. Pitts, Gabe Davis, or Lad McConkey? Adam?
Shoo. I was hoping you were going to go to Jagger.
I
well, since Jagger really tore down the Jags offense there, I'm probably going to remove Gabe Davis. I'm tilting between Kyle Pitts or Lad McConkey. I'm going to go Kyle Pitts, even though I'm optimistic that Justin Herbert plays. I understand why maybe you would want to stay away from that a little bit. So I'm going to go with the guy that everyone in his offense is healthy and he's healthy.
All right, Paul's in here. 10 PPR, 2 flex. He's starting Barkley and Brian Robinson Jr. He's got Jerome Ford, J.K. Dobbins, and Cam Akers. So looking at those running backs, are we rolling Barkley and Brian Robinson Jr., Jagger?
Yes. Brian Robinson Jr. I have grossly high this week. Like I have him in the top 10. J.K. Dobbins, I faded a little bit just because of the matchup. They're going up against a fairly tough run defense. I think I'm going to put Cam Akers to be safe, but I don't hate T. Higgins or Tank Dell. It's hard for me to want to put the Bears in there, even though we love DJ Moore until they figure it out. And it's mainly an offensive line issue for them.
Okay, so this next question is going to be so he needs 2 flexes. So now that we know we're going to keep Brian Robinson Jr. and Barkley in those lineups, here's the options they have at the flex. Jerome Ford, J.K. Dobbins, Cam Akers, T. Higgins, Tank Dell, DJ Moore, and Deontay Johnson. I'm going to just say for me, T. Higgins and DJ Moore, I would get in that lineup. Adam, where are you at on that?
Yeah, I'm good with that. Cam Akers is really interesting. I think Cam Akers is going to be in a lot of lineups, and there is a possibility that he falls on his face. I mean, he's coming off of 2 Achilles ruptures. We see J.K. Dobbins obviously come off Achilles tendon rupture and have some good success, but that's definitely not the norm. So I understand if you wanted to play it safe with Cam Akers. I'm good with T. Higgins and DJ Moore.
And I just got some breaking news from our Eyes in the Sky, Davek Luge. Just let us know that Justin Herbert is down on the field warming up, and he looks good to play. So if Davek's eyes have not failed him after running a marathon or half, let's not give him credit for running a marathon. He ran a half marathon yesterday. looks like Justin Herbert's good to go. All right. Kevin's got a question for you, Jagger. Half PPR, flex Javonte, Brian Thomas Jr., Terry McLaurin, or Chuba Hubbard. Who are you going to put in the flex there?
Like I said, Jaguars hate aside, it's Brian Thomas Jr. by quite a bit for me. Javonte Williams and the entire Broncos have looked terrible. Where in the world is Terry McLaurin, San Diego, and it's the Panthers. So it's an easy one for me.
What if I told you that I'll be playing backup for the defensive line for Tampa Bay today because they have no one else? Because
That's
it's
a
like
great
their entire
point.
defensive line is hurt.
Yeah.
So, yeah. All right. All right. Chris in here. Good morning, Chris. 12 team full PPR. Chuba Hubbard or Javonte Williams for the running back 2 slot. Adam?
I'm going Javonte.
Okay. And then Waddle or T. Higgins at the flex?
T. Higgins. Again, it's risky. I know it's a Monday night game. T. Higgins has burned us, and we've been burned waiting for Monday night games. But with no Tua under center for Miami, I have no idea what that passing game is going to look like. So I'm going T. Higgins.
Perfect. And we appreciate you being in here, Chris. Thank you for appreciating us. All right, Steve. Oh, I love the mustache, Steve. That's guys. I'm going to add to my dogs. If you've got a picture of you with a mustache, I will put your question up as well as a dog. If you have a dog with a mustache, we might just bring you on the show. 10 PPR. Jalen Watt. First, I got my first laugh out of Jagger today. I'm doing good, guys. Jalen Waddle or Calvin Ridley, Jagger?
I'm going to put Jalen Waddle out there. It says a lot that Miami's kept Skylar Thompson and released Mike White, someone that we've seen be productive in this West Coast outside zone offense. And moreover, I just trust these speedsters and Mike McDaniel to at least get in a position where they'll make a big play. I can't say any good things about the Titans right now.
There you go. Their stadium is pretty. I don't know.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
I'm just going to, Steve, I just want to say, like, the mustache name picture combo, like, you could have been like a pitcher for the Reds in 92. Like, just real strong energy there, buddy. I love it. Amy in here. Amy saying 14 team. Ooh, thanks for being at a 14 teamer. PPR IDP league. Must start 2 from these options. Najee Harris, Samaje P. Ryan, Chase Brown, and Khalil Herbert. Adam, what do you think about that? You start 2.
I'm going to pick Najee Harris. It's ugly, but we know that he's at least going to get volume. It's going to be ugly volume, but it's volume nonetheless. Some of these other guys, it's a big question mark. I'd probably lean Samaje P. Ryan over Chase Brown, but I could be talked into Chase Brown over him.
Perfect. And Amy, I just want to be clear on this. You said you needed to start 2, so I'm going to guess one of these is a flex option. You said Achane is your RB1, so we're not starting P. Ryan over Achane, so it'd be Najee, Achane at your running back, and then P. Ryan in the flex. I'm assuming that's what your question was. I just wanted to make sure I touched on that. Oh,
it'll be an interesting game because the Steelers and Chargers have the second and third lowest pass rate in the NFL. So, like, it could be just nothing but handoffs all game.
Yeah, good point. Scott in here. Howdy, guys. Me and Tucker back for more. We will welcome Tucker with open arms anytime you come in. Waiver gem, C. Olave fell into my lap. Oh, Chris Olave fell into your lap. Fantastic. But it caused a dilemma for him. What a dilemma you have. Standard league, start. Zay Flowers, Olave, or Naylor. Already got TD from Garrett Wilson. You need to start 2. I think you're still going to stick with Zay Flowers and Chris Olave. I know Naylor's been looking good lately, but I think you're good. All right, Luca, welcome back, Luca. Hey, guys, you really helped me out last week. Thanks. Hey, thank you for being here again, coming back. Hopefully we can help you this week. Purdy or Burrow, Jagger?
I think I'm going to put Burrow in still and just hope that, like, again, the Commanders are statistically one of the worst pass defenses, right up there with the Rams. So,
all right. And then Adam, Jacobs or ETN? Ooh, that one's tough.
I'm gonna go. Ooh, yeah, that actually is tough. Oh boy, I'm probably gonna go ETN. I really like Jacobs this week, especially with Jordan Love kind of expected not to play at this point. I expect a healthy run attack from the Green Bay Packers, but I had ETN higher this season, so I'm gonna go with that player.
Okay. Jeff Sands in here, full PPR. And he needs one out of Whittington, Jacoby Myers, Adunze, or Sutton. Jagger with Keenan Allen out. Is this the week to start Adunze?
Yeah, I mean, he still had that injury to his MCL, and he's playing through that. But he's still got open at times, and really the issue is the offensive line. The Colts currently have had injuries up front, and they're not really generating a whole lot of pressure. So I'd be willing to hope that the Bears figure it out. And to keep in mind, everyone's hating on Caleb Williams. It's only week 2. Now it's week 3. So Sutton is unplayable right now.
And guys, I just received some more breaking news from our man on the field, Davik Luge. No, he's man in the sky. He was in the air, which is what he wanted me to talk about. This half marathon he ran, he said, is much more difficult because it's at a higher elevation. I'm not sure there's any science that says that's true. Dave has a question for us: Richardson or Purdy? Adam, where are we going there?
I'm going to go with Richardson. Purdy's passing options have been depleted this week. We don't expect Deebo Samuel or George Kittle. Obviously, no Christian McCaffrey in the backfield. So give me Anthony Richardson.
All right, Eric Johnson in here. It might be the singer-songwriter Eric Johnson. I worked a show for him once. Jerome Ford or Zamir White? Jagger.
Jerome Ford for me. I'm going to take the matchup. Even with all the hate that I've given Ford, I still think he can catch some passes.
All right. And welcome back in. Needs upside. So one must be a wide receiver. So in half PPR, Adam, DJ Moore, JSN, Xavier Worthy, Zamir White, or J.K. Dobbins. So let's get the wide receiver out of the way first. Of those three, which one would it be?
I'm riding the JSN hype train. I mean, he's got a healthy target share the first 2 weeks. Obviously, week 2 was more profitable in terms of fantasy production, but if you look at week 1, his target volume was right up there. Might be too early to say he surpassed Tyler Lockett, but it's definitely looking at that if we look at the trend from the first 2 weeks. So if you're going upside, I would go with JSN.
Okay, and then one more, and let's go up real big upside here.
I mean, it's got to be Xavier Worthy, right? I mean, I'd be interested what Jagger has to say, but if we're talking upside, like, I don't know if anyone on this list has more upside than Xavier Worthy.
I disagree with that. I think DJ Moore does at that point. DJ Moore is an explosive player, and the Colts are a terrible defense. And right now, we're not seeing consistent targets to Xavier Worthy. However, like last game, we had like interesting game script and like some weird things happen. So I don't really know where the targets are going to go with the Chiefs now beyond Rashee Rice. So I would put DJ Moore to be safe.
ESM in here with us. Good morning, gents. Excuse me. Another Sunday. Yeah, another question. 1 point per reception, Purdy at quarterback, or wait till Monday and play Daniels, Jagger?
I'm going to put Daniels in. Daniels has the 5th highest EPA in the league right now, and that's without using his wide receivers.
All right, Robert Morris. Good morning. Half point PPR. Need a flex in Najee Harris or Tyler Lockett, Adam?
It's ugly, but I'm going to go with Najee Harris again.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, double click there. Calvin Ridley, Jerome Ford, or Rashad White, Jagger?
I'm going to throw Rashad White out one more time because of the matchup.
Okay. And El Cable guy, we're going to go ahead and just keep Rashad White connected and disconnect Zamir White's cable because he's done nothing for us this year. Mm-hmm. So if he's getting any free channels, no more. Does that even exist anymore? Like cable guys that do that?
Maybe people still have cable, because people have problems.
Get with us, El Cable guy.
Yeah.
Good movie though. I like Cable guy. Oh, Andy and Renee Nelson, loving those sunglasses. Morning, need 3 from the following in full PPR. Thank you for the context there. Dobbins, Khalil Herbert, Khalil Shakir, Xavier Worthy, Deontay Johnson, Josh Downs in his debut, Jalen Tolbert, or Whittington. Adam, we need 3 of them here. Actually, we're all going to pick one. So, Adam, you go first.
If I'm picking one, I'm going to take J.K. Dobbins. I know it's a bad matchup, but I like what I've seen.
I'll take Shakir.
First choice. That would have been my second choice. Then I would put in Worthy.
Yeah, that would have been my third choice. All right, we get. I
Wow.
thought it was a pretty good consensus answer there. Look at us go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's worth starting against Steelers. Yes, he is. Clubhouse leader for best name of the day, Citron Physics. Howdy, kids. Injury hell. Well, good thing Adam's here with us. Need a wide receiver and tight end today. PPR, Naylor, Thielen, Gesicki, Cooks, or Mooney. Help! I feel like I read that help correctly, too.
You did.
Yeah. Adam, where are we going there?
Need a wide receiver, a tight end. Brandon Cooks. It seems kind of gross, but I mean, he's been pretty solid. He's at least offered you something the first 2 weeks.
Yeah. I think Cooks is the right answer. If you need upside, I'm not looking away from Darnell Mooney. What we saw last week was
it was so nice. It was nice. I know.
I will say
I'd like to see it one more time.
Darnell Mooney has the third worst catch rate in the NFL for what it's worth.
Well, don't listen to Joe because Jagger's got stats today. And Jerry, we hit this one a little earlier between Hertz and Carr. We're going to be driving Hertz today. Like Hertz rent a car. Oh God, there we go. We need. Oh, I need that. I need that sound effect. PPR, Worthy or Shakir, Jagger?
Worthy for upside, Shakir for floor. Shakir is really dominating a lot of the targets there. And again, the Miami game was an outlier because it was such a positive game script. And it seems that the Buffalo Bills don't mind running the ball. But I still think that Shakir is the top target right now.
All right. Boba Matt in here. Oh, he must have gone on the hike or the half marathon with Dave yesterday. Looks like he's way up high. George Pickens versus the Chargers or Juwan Jennings versus the Rams, Adam?
George Pickens.
Okay, Scott. Pickens too good to keep on the bench. Yeah, that's true.
Agreed.
All right. And we already answered that one. Looks like his computer inserted that question twice. Yeah.
To answer his Fields question, like there's 200 yards almost. Like I'm not joking. It's way up there. I've taken back from penalties from the offensive line, and he's hyper targeted George Pickens. George Pickens is one of the leading receivers in unrealized air yards solely from the fact of penalties alone and not just from misconnections. So I think that's going to start to swing the other way.
Perfect. P. Killer. Oh, good.
I was going to say, I know I apologize for being a nerd, but Jagger's got stats on stats on stats today. I think he should apologize.
I called him Rain. I called him Rain Man last week because, like, when I least expected, he comes in with like some crazy stat. I love it. I just never expect it.
FYI, guys, I write all of this into a doc every week with every matchup. So that's all I'm reading.
I love it. P. Killer 80 in here saying, "Good luck to all, unless Bobby's watching." Heck you, Bobby. Yeah, and if you guys just want us to yell at your opponents, we'll do that too. We'll just trash talk them. I'm not very good at trash talk, though. I asked my daughter to trash talk in our father-daughter league, and she sent the person that she beat a video saying, like, "I'm sorry you lost. I hope you do better next week. Bye." And I was like, we got to work on that.
That's pretty sweet. That's pretty sweet.
Oh, God. Morning, gents. Oh, there's a doggy. Hey, Dane, how you doing? Hurting at tight end. Ertz, Freiermuth, or Jonnu Smith, all off waivers?
I'm going to take Freiermuth because he, like, all the things that I've said about George Pickens and his big playability, Pat Freiermuth is led that team in targets. And again, I think that, if the offensive line can get it together, we'll start to see things swing the other way.
Perfect. And we do know that Justin Herbert is starting today per Adam Schefter, who gets breaking news all of the time and lets us know at 2:00 in the morning. Ooh, Friday night mixer with Stephen Hoot. Let's go. Mahomes or Mayfield with Evan Stack. Evan starts regardless based on roster options. So where are we going? Mahomes or Mayfield? Excuse me. The quarterback one in fantasy football, Baker Mayfield, or that Patrick Mahomes guy? Jagger, where are we going?
I have Mayfield ahead of Patrick Mahomes. And I know that's crazy, but I think that Mayfield has the upside and Atlanta has a tough defense. And they've been routinely hitting the unders as far as Vegas goes. So I expect that to be a little bit closer than a lot of people expect.
Perfect. Adam, the time has come where we have to say goodbye to you. So anything to leave our viewers with today?
No, appreciate you guys being on here. Make sure you guys subscribe to Football Guys. Got game day expectations coming out every Sunday, and then Monday injury report roundup. Unfortunately, injuries are going to happen. We'll talk about them, and I'll help you prepare for the waiver wire in the weeks to come.
Cut
Jordan
that
Love is
promo.
inactive
Oh.
right now, according to what is it? Is it Dave Klieg? Dave Klieg said that Jordan Love is out, so roll out Malik Willis if you have to.
Okay. All right. Cool. Oh, what happened there? There we go. All right. Well, Adam, leave. Please don't come back ever again. And we're going to bring in our next guest. Uh-oh. Where are we at? There we go. Jagger, you look a little different today, buddy.
Yeah, I do. Oh,
there we go. Matt Montgomery, how are you doing today, buddy? Welcome in.
You're muted.
Oh, you're muted. Let's see if we can get a fix there. All right. Well, while he's working on that, Jagger, let's go ahead and answer a question real quick, and then we'll chat with Matt.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, me again. Steele or P. Ryan? Assuming it's coming. No, Jagger, you went with the Carson Steele side earlier, so that's where we would go there. All right. And Jakob in here. Good morning, Star Shines. Love that. Oh my goodness. And full PPR, would you start Darnell Mooney, Bucky Irving, Whittington over Singletary or Worthy? Thanks for the help. Where are we going there, Jagger?
You're going to keep Worthy in, and I'm a big Singletary hater, but I love his matchup against the Browns currently. The Browns are pretty beat up front, and they're giving up a lot on the ground. So, especially seeing that the Giants seem to gotten something together, I'd put him in. But Bucky Irving, I hold on to him. Like, let's put it that way. Like, Rachaad White is slowly giving up more and more of the early down rushes. I'm sure Joey can attest to this as a resident Buccaneers fan.
Yeah, I really do expect if we see the same thing we've seen out of Rachaad White the last 2 weeks, that maybe even starting this week is going to be Bucky Irving on early down work, and then Rachaad White just catching passes out of the backfield on passing downs. I said that's what the Bucs should do coming into the season. Kind of thought it was a little bit of a fever dream, but I do think it actually could happen now. And it'll be the best thing for that offense and probably for Rachaad White's fantasy value, believe it or not. Davik Lusion here again. Hey, guys, thanks for all you do. Thanks for all you do. Should I be responsible and make a salad for lunch or order a pizza? Jagger, what do you
Please
think?
order a pizza, Dave. Like, love yourself. You just ran a marathon, dude. Half marathon. I'm sorry. Yeah, you just ran a half marathon, and I just think you deserve this. You have earned this pizza.
And I'm just gonna go ahead and give Dave the win today because I don't think Alfredo's gotten out of bed yet. So the count, if you've been paying attention on Dave versus Alfredo on the show, Dave 2, Alfredo 1. Dave, congratulations on your win today, and good job on that half marathon. You've been training a long time. We're really proud of you. All right, Rodney in here. Higgins, Yoshivas pivot or Javante PPR? That's a good question, Jagger.
Rodney, you're good at this game. I would keep Higgins in and have the Yoshivas pivot, and then Javante. Just hang on to Javante Williams and pray for right now. Come back next week, and we'll see what's going on with the Broncos.
All right. Oakley Sutherland. That's a good name. Half PPR, Stroud or Carr?
Right now I think I have Stroud ahead. Give me just a second.
Okay.
Yeah, I have Stroud ahead by just a little bit. I know that's weird, but like Derek Carr is right there with Joe Burrow, and he's had big weeks. But I really love the matchup.
All right, let's see if Matt, are you there, buddy?
Still no audio.
Still muted.
Are you muted on the?
Let me check the. No, his mic's not muted.
Okay.
Well, we'll figure it out. All right. And then I saw this question come up. Goff or Carr? I have them back to back in my rankings. And I actually have, and I'm the Jared Goff lover. I've got Derek Carr ahead of him. What I've seen out of Derek Carr in a matchup against the Eagles, who usually have a tough defense, man, it's hard to sit Carr right now. It's hard to put him in the garage. Steve Robbins, Juwan Jennings or Josh Downs, full point PPR. Jagger, where are you going there?
I'm Jawan Jennings. I don't like the Colts right now until like is this going to be a boom game or a bust game? So like let's put it that way. And I haven't seen this offense with Josh Downs in, so I know that like Alec Pierce is out there. I know Michael Pittman's trying to play. I at least know that Jawan Jennings can do a couple of things, and everyone else is out. So I'd probably put him in for safety.
All right. Oh, where'd my questions go? There we go. Adam in here. Good morning. Hey, go Bucks. 1 P point per reception. JSN or Pickens? That's good.
Pickens.
Okay. All right. And start worthy today or wait for Higgins? That's actually an interesting question. Like, because it's like, how worried are you that T. Higgins is, not going to play? It seems like he's going to, and I shouldn't be as cautious as I am probably. I'm starting Higgins. I don't know.
I think I would too. It's just like Atlanta has a good defense, so I just don't know. I know it's crazy, guys. It's still week 3. I don't normally have a solid sample size until 4 weeks in. So I'm gonna put Higgins in because like whenever he does play, he balls out. It's just getting him on the field.
And then Jaden Daniels, that was so fast, Jagger.
Yeah.
And John Thompson, and we have established this is not the former head coach of the Georgetown Hoyas. Hi, I need an upside after Stevenson. Oh, man, I'm right there with you, buddy. I plugged Stevenson in a few lineups this week. Any reason not to go Baker Godwin stack over Goff, Etienne, and Waddle? No, I mean Godwin's the wide receiver 2 right now. Baker's the QB1. I just wanted to say that one more time. But they're playing great right now. Could it come crumbling down this week? Absolutely. That would be very Buccaneers-y of them, but I think you're good for this week. I like the monkey. Love. He's out. He's out, Gary. You might have got that question before Dave hit us up with it. Let's see. I think he's scrolling up. Seth, Dalton or Purdy?
Oh, Purdy right now. Even again, I trust the 49ers and they have a solid matchup, so I'm willing to put them out there. The Rams have the Rams and 49ers give up the 9th and 10th worst passing yards per game respectively, and the Rams are giving up the highest EPA per play, so that should be a shootout.
Alfredo has gotten out of bed and he wants to know if Dave should be allowed to wear his shoes on the carpet. Alfredo says no. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and say no. Colorado, it's a little dusty, a lot of dirt, a lot of mud. He's doing a lot of hiking. Dave can't wear his shoes on the carpet, especially after he ran a quarter of a marathon today.
I have to say something about this. If it's your house, sure. But like, I'm not going to come to your house if you want me to take your shoes off. You're like, well, I don't know if your shoes are clean. I don't know if your house is clean, bud. After like the 3rd time, maybe I go to your house and know what you got. I'll feel free putting my feet in your house, but don't judge me. Don't judge me. So sorry. I'm really
no. I mean, that's good.
No shoes off in the house.
I think for our after show that we have, I think people need to tune in. I'd like to have a conversation with you about shoes on, shoes off in a house. Like, cause I think it's, there's cultural issues we could talk about. I mean, it's a very deep topic. So we're not going to unpack it right now though. Leo, welcome in. Oh, that's a lovely picture. Howdy fellas. Half PPR. I have Jamar Chase starting. Good job. Now, Jagger, this is a philosophy question. Are you not starting T. Higgins because you're also starting Jamar Chase? Do you ever factor in that? Like, I've got 2 guys from the same team, or is it just best player?
It's best player. It really just depends on who I have, because again, the Commanders, like when when I was doing my info sheet this week, you look at the worst passing defenses. It's Rams, Commanders. So like I'm pretty much starting anyone against Commanders. What are you giggling about? You're throwing me off.
The bottoms of my shoes are cleaner than the bottoms of your little. The bottoms of my shoes are cleaner than the bottoms of your dirty little troll feet, Alfredo. Oh.
Thank you. I'm with Dave here, man. It's not that big of a deal. Olave for sure.
Yeah, okay. My favorite moment every week: waffles with his picture pancakes. Yep. Yo, let's go, football guys, and everyone on my team. Waffles, get back. How many leagues are you in? I want to know. I want to know more about Waffles. I want to know more about the man behind the stack. or woman behind that. We don't really know. Could be a man, woman, could be a dog, and we don't know.
I don't know if
Jedi
anyone's
Avenger.
starting. I don't know if anyone's starting Taysom Hill, but he's out. I don't know if we
Okay.
talked about that.
Yeah, we talked that he is doubtful. He's not expected to play, so that's in line with where we were at. One running back, one flex in PPR, Javonte, Akers, Waddle, or Jaden Reed. That's our first Jaden Reed question of the day.
Akers and Waddle for me.
Okay. Uh-oh, Bert.
Uh-oh.
Full sicko mode time. I don't know about the rest of this question, but I'm going to keep reading. Standard 12 team, 3 wide receivers and 1 flex. Injuries have hurt him. Really? Are you hurt or are those players hurt? Probably the players, but I understand what you're saying. Alec Pierce, Jalen McMillan, or Jordan Whittington. He needs 2.
Who are we
Does he need
benching
2?
here?
No, he just needs 1. Sorry. Yeah, so just
No.
we need 1 player out of this.
Jordan Whittington.
Okay.
Like I said, 9th and 10th for EPA and passing allowed. It's like that should be a shootout game. So,
all right. PPR wide receiver, Wilson, Rice, Neighbors, Marvin Harrison Jr., and JSN. So this is a trade question. He was offered JSN and Neighbors for Chase, and was countered Godwin and Neighbors for Chase. Is that too much? Just right or stay put?
I would take Godwin and Neighbors for Chase. Wouldn't you?
I kind of would too. Yeah.
Yeah. Like if you think
Godwin's got
Neighbor, they have the same upside as Chase. If you really think about it. And Godwin is slot god all over again. He's back, guys.
It's been incredible to see just so much volume. Actually, I put Godwin ahead of Mike Evans in my rankings this week because I just feel like from a safety standpoint, if Godwin gets another like 6-7 receptions, Evans, he'll get 3, but is he going to take one to the house? We'll find out. Probably, now that I said that. And I hope he does. Ryan, Stranger Ertz. I don't know what he's talking about here. No, Brenton Stranger, Zach Ertz.
Yeah, I'm picking up some Strange.
Uh-oh. No longer engaged. That was a short engagement. All right. Dave T. Jackson Smith-Njigba or Drake London. Let's see. We got Matt coming back. Matt.
I think we got it.
You're here.
Man, what is up? I am so sorry. Nothing like starting a Sunday live with a live microphone mess up.
Oh, you're all good, buddy. And you know what? We still have time here with you today. So, Matt, real quick, tell us a little bit about you. Tell us about your role with Football Guys.
Oh, man. So I love fantasy football. I have loved fantasy football since I was a preteen. All right. Back to the days of Tim Rattay for the San Francisco 49ers. But for Football Guys, I do primarily IDP writing, but I do everything from dynasty, roundtables, start-sit stuff. I mean, I love the game just like everybody else. I just play a different style of game.
Perfect. And guys, I want to let you know, I did tell Matt to wear a fun shirt today. And I didn't really give him any context. I just wanted to see what he came up with. And right on top of the patterns, fitting right in already. Let's get right into the questions. And we're going to go to you, Matt, quite a bit because Jagger, he's about to pass out, I think. Maybe not. So DK Metcalf or JSN, which Seahawk you going with there?
I like to play fantasy football very boom bust. That sometimes will burn you. So I like DK Metcalf here, and I think it's just because the ceiling that DK Metcalf has shown over his career, he can go off for 10 catches, 150-plus yards, multiple touchdowns, truly any game. Now, I will say that JSN had a fantastic game last week. We're all hyped up to see him perform and finally get some of the spotlight that he came into the NFL with. But I think I'm still leaning Metcalf here, and I just like that big play potential with him.
Perfect. And I'm looking at Kyle's avatar. I think I need to run that look once this season, like with the nice ruffle shirt.
It almost reminds me of Taika Waititi and What We Do in the Shadows a little bit.
Jagger, you're going to be so proud of me. I started watching that yesterday on Hulu. Yeah, so I'm 2 episodes deep. I love it because I love Matt Berry. From Toast of London. He is hilarious. And I knew that he was on the show, but it didn't click in my brain. So that is the show I'm going to be marathoning while I work every day now because love it. So yeah, you're proud of me. I know. Then in here with not a diagram, but a helmet. Good morning, Football Guys. Have DK, Harrison Jr., Achane, McBride, and flexing Charbonnet over Deontay. Should I roll with upside over floor at QB between A-Rich and Purdy? So he's just letting us know his lineup. He's saying, this is what I'm going with. I don't want you to comment. But on quarterback, A-Rich or Purdy, where are you going there, Matt?
I think you got to go Rich. It kind of goes back to the whole boom bust potential here. I also don't like the fact that we're going to have to trust Purdy without some of the biggest weapons on his team. And while I do like Brock Purdy, I don't think he's a bad quarterback at all. He has kind of lived in a mansion since he's entered the league. And I think for the first time ever, he might be slumming it. So I think that Rich, we've seen the highs, we've seen the lows. You're going to get that rushing upside with him. You're going to have big play potential. So I like Rich here, although it does feel weird to sit Purdy for him.
Larry, hey Larry, need a flex PPR between Zamir White, DJ Moore, and DK Metcalf. Matt, please help him. Where are we going?
So I'm out on Zamir White no matter what of these three. I think it's a coin flip between DJ Moore and DK Metcalf, but I'm going to go back to DK Metcalf here. I just like the quarterback situation better there right now. I think Caleb Williams will eventually figure it out, but right now he does look like a scared rookie. And at least with Geno Smith, you know what you're getting week to week, and DK Metcalf is a huge target. He has the potential upside for a big week. I'm going DK here.
Right. Miami's defense is allowing the 4th highest EPA per pass. Geno Smith is 8th in QB rating and 4th in completion percentage. So
you are speaking my language with defense, baby.
Yeah, Jagger nerding out. Adam in here. I'm going to do my Cecil impression here in a second. I'm doing a prayer. My Cecil impression for the Steelers-Chargers game. Maybe pretty old school, violent game. Hey, if you like old school, violent games, check out the Steelers and Chargers. And go see the substance.
All those words. Love all those words, Adam.
All right. Let's see here. Oh, Dave, can you guys sing a quick song that will increase Alec Pierce's chances of catching a long touchdown today? Does anybody want to sing on the show?
No.
You would think I would want to, but not today. Sorry, Dave.
I actually sing okay, but I'm not going to do it.
I'm going to fake mic issues again.
At least you're being honest about it. All right, Fields or Stafford? Yeah, I know. Yuck. Which wide receiver would you trade for Rashee Rice for rest of season value? Neighbors or Metcalf? So there's 2 questions in here, and I just kept on reading. Real quick, Jagger, Fields or Stafford?
I'm gonna put Stafford in. Yeah. Excuse me, Fields. I'm gonna put Fields in. I know it's crazy. I'm nuts. Ask someone else. Someone else answer to counteract me.
I'd probably go Fields.
Oh, okay.
I'm a little worried about Stafford rest of the season.
Yeah.
Matt, real quick. Steve wants to make a trade here. Who are you wanting to give up to get Rashee Rice? Would it be Neighbors or Metcalf?
Of the two involved, I think I would pick Neighbors, but I personally don't think I would do either. I think that Neighbors' rest of season is going to be big. I think we're finally starting to see his rookie jitters go away. And then, all I've done is talk about Metcalf since being on here. So he's good. He's just a good player, and I don't think that Rashee Rice's ceiling is as high as Metcalf's.
Sometimes the best answer is no. Okay. That's for all forms of life. We're giving you life advice today. Michael Vidala, what's up, homies? What's up with you, homie? Am I allowed to say that, Jagger?
Yes, you can. You're good.
Cool.
I'll allow it.
It's day 5 trying to replace my garbage disposal. Hope you were all well. Make sure to turn the power off first.
I did that last summer, man, so kudos to him. It can be kind of annoying. It's hard to get up underneath it.
Absolutely. Lightspeed picking and breaks. I like it. I don't know what you're doing, but you're picking and breaking. London or Bowers in the flex. Jagger.
I'm putting Bowers in. I accidentally traded him to Dave because Dave caught me when I was writing. And I just don't care at times. And I'm just like, fine, here you go, Dave. But I drafted Bowers to be a flex wide receiver. And that's essentially what he is. That's what you should think of him. He's a flex wide receiver that you can put in your tight end position.
You know, if we are at a disadvantage that Dave knows our schedules, that he can do that to us. He's out there running 5Ks and treating us like crap. I don't like this. All right.
Hey, Jack.
Jack's in here with us. Well, we love Jack. Hey, guys, pick 2, full PPR. Devontae Williams. Don't start Devontae today. Whatever you do, Devontae, I can tell you, is going to get 0 points. But Javonte Williams might get some points. But Javonte Williams, Cam Akers, Chuba Hubbard, or Samaje P. Ryan. Matt, between those 4, pick 2.
Well, this kind of makes me feel dirty all over, but I'm going to say Chuba Hubbard and I think Javonte Williams. I don't like either one of those picks either, so I apologize to Jack ahead of time. But Cam Akers, I've kind of a noted non-believer in Cam Akers. I think he's a good player when he wants to be, but we just don't see it enough for me to want to invest in putting him in my lineup immediately. Same thing with P. Ryan. We know kind of what we're getting with P. Ryan, but I'm worried that they're not going to feature him. We saw in the immediate short term after Pacheco came out that he got the only pass target, but the rushing volume went to Carson Steele. I'm not sure if that's going to shape up the same way this week, so he makes me nervous, and that's kind of the only reason why I picked Javonte and Hubbard, because I just think that their workload is going to be similar that it's been the past couple of weeks.
All right, and Jagger, he wants to know if I am worth a stash if Mostert is out.
Joey Wright's worth the stash. Jalen Wright, I'm not sure, man. When I scouted Jalen Wright, he had issues with vision. And then when you have a bunch of fast guys that do well in a fast guy offense, then Jalen Wright goes out there and gets 5 touches for 4 yards, you're a bit concerned, especially with the slow rollout from Miami. So I don't know, man. I would just keep, depend on what you're giving up for Jalen Wright is the answer.
Mm-hmm. All right. Leo back in here. He didn't have enough of us with his first question. He's already got Jamar. Oh, wait. Yeah. Leo, we got this one. Your computer's got that little glitch where it posts the question twice. That's okay. Jay Lee. PPR. Shaheed, Worthy, or Shakir? Matt, where are you going there? One of those.
Oh, man. I like both Shaheed and Shakir here, so I'm just going to coin flip it, and I'm going to go with Shaheed because he has been big play, although I think that I think at any moment we could see the Shaheed big play factor kind of go down, and he's just going to have 4 catches for like 30 yards. We've been lucky enough the last couple of weeks where he's had big touchdowns, and that's obviously can't be sustained over the course of a season. And then Shakir is kind of definitely Josh Allen's favorite target at this point, or at least it feels that way. So Shakir is probably the safer play. I think Shaheed would be second, although I understand if you're trying to get a big boom week, but I don't think Worthy I would trust right now.
They're back to back for me, Shaheed and Shakir. So it's just like, do you want to swing for the fences, or are you trying to hit a double? So that
Yep.
All right, Ryan's in here with us. Good morning, Ryan. With our first James Conner question of the day, it might be our first Tony Pollard question too. Jagger, Conner or Pollard?
I think I have Connor ahead. Actually, no, I have Tony Pollard 10, just because Green Bay's given up a lot on the ground, and that Tony Pollard is the one thing working in the Titans offense, and I like the volume. Moreover, we just saw Tajay Spears is nursing an injury, so maybe that, keeps him out there north of 70% of the snaps.
John in here with a great problem. That's what my mom said when she found out she was going to have me. PPR, pick 3, Marvin Harrison Jr., Chris Godwin, Jamo, Shaheed, or Devonta Smith. I thought that was going to crack Jagger, but boy, I missed the time, guys. All right, Matt, where are we going there? So pick 3.
I think you got to go with Jamo no matter what, and Devontae Smith. Those are the first 2 that I think are the slam dunks for me. After that, I think you're an embarrassment of riches here, so I don't think this problem could be wrong for wide receiver 3, but I'm going with Harrison Jr. I think the cat's out of the bag now, although we kind of all believed that this was coming at one point. But MHJ, man, he was everything that was advertised coming out of the draft last week, and it was just in one quarter. So if we can get that sustained workload over the course of a game and not just one quarter, I think we have a true elite receiver in Marvin Harrison Jr.
Dave on his burner. Higgins or Kelsey in the flex, Jagger?
I'm going to put Higgins out there. Kelsey isn't. I think he's in his Jason Witten years. Yeah.
I saw Jason Witten at Pro Bowl weekend standing in line to get Starbucks coffee. And I told my wife, hey, that's Jason Witten. And I said, but I'm not going to go up to him because he lives with his family. And the lady behind me said, that's really sweet that you're not going to bug him with his family. I wish other people would do that as well. And we talked to that lady. Turned out to be JJ and TJ Watt's mom.
Really?
Wow. A little story for her.
Oh.
Yeah, she's super sweet. And then I wasn't sure.
Coffee, did he immediately hit the ground?
Mm-hmm. The skinny, I have bigger calves than Jason Witten does. The man has tiny, tiny calves. I was shocked. But I wasn't really sure if that was you could just say that's TJ and JJ Watt's mom. And then I saw her on that Subway commercial. I was like, that was her. Yeah, she's super sweet. All right. Matt, Shakir, Mooney, or Demarcus Robinson today?
Shakir. I think that I just like him with Josh Allen. I like his situation just a little bit better than the other two. I know Demarcus Robinson's kind of the pseudo number one now, and he's productive even as the number 3 there or 4, whatever options you want to put in there. So I think Shakir's just got the best opportunity for not letting you down. And that to me in this situation seems like the safest play is just find the guy that's not going to lose the week. Maybe not necessarily win you the week, but he's not going to burn you.
All right. And my absolute favorite person in the entire world, Rachel.
Hi, Rachel.
Scott Fishbowl, need to. Adam Thielen, Jerome Ford, and Demarcus Robinson. Jagger?
Jerome Ford for SFB because you get the points per carry and the first downs. And again, the Browns have a decent matchup.
And Rachel, I do trust you that you'll be honest with me. What do you think of the jacket? I was feeling myself this morning and I decided to wear it. Patrick in here with a dog. We love it. PPR, flex, Higgins, Waddle, or Akers, Matt?
Ooh, I think you got to go Jalen Waddle. I'm a big Bengals fan, big T. Higgins fan. I do think he has a good week, but Jalen Waddle, I don't think Skylar Thompson is going to push the ball super hard downfield for Tyreek Hill. So I think that's going to open up some Jalen Waddle opportunities over the middle, inside that 20-yard thing, because their whole offense, I believe, changes this week, especially with the loss of Tua. So I think that Waddle could have a lot of catches this week, which if in PPR league is going to be the difference here.
If I was a guy who
All right.
watched a lot of film, I would guess that Miami does like death by 1,000 shallow crosses.
Death by 1,000 shallow crosses.
Yeah.
So it's like My Chemical Romance song. I like that.
I'm going to write
All
it.
Yeah, you should. It'd be good.
That's a
you're
song
right.
I'll sing, Dave, next
Yeah.
week. Come back.
KS Mauve wearing the greatest jersey he could possibly wear. Yo, Chuba, Rico, or P. Ryan this week is my RB2 to start. Matt, what are you going to do there, buddy?
I don't know here. I think Chuba. I think that their offense is going to look different this week. I know Andy Dalton is everybody's favorite quarterback to like make fun of, but I do think that he is going to make this offense more sustainable than Bryce Young has. What that means in comparison to Bryce Young, I don't know, but it can't look much worse than it did. So I think as a whole, they'll respect the pass game more, which will open up opportunities for Chuba Hubbard to have some good running lanes through this game. And that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Beautiful. Ryan, I'm not sure about good to go, but Herbert is definitely going somewhere today. I like that. Chooch is in here. What's up, Triple J? That's Joey Jean Jacket, PPR.
Hey.
I like it. Flex, Whittington or Waddle? Matt, where are you going there?
Waddle. I just think Waddle's safer than Whittington. Although Whittington got a lot of good hype for good reason. People love him. He's a dynasty darling right now, but I still just trust Waddle more until I see something from Whittington.
And Chooch, I'm looking at the number here. You are our 100th question of the show. So you win a dinner with me at Chili's tonight to watch Sunday Night Football. So get excited, Chooch. You get to have dinner from Chili's with me. I will pick it up and I will text you my order before I come over. That's my father-in-law. All right. David Tomala. I like it, David. And I like that shirt too. I have one just like it. Maybe you stole my shirt. I'm not sure. 12 points, not 12 points per reception. That would be insane. It's 12 team PPR. Flex spot, Cam Akers or Xavier Worthy, Matt?
I think here I am going to go with Xavier Worthy. I just like the ability for him to stretch the field. We saw what he can do in just 2 touches or 3 touches, whatever it was on week 1. I think that he's just got an opportunity to win you a week. Cam Akers, I just don't trust it. I'm sorry. Not yet. Not yet.
Matt Montgomery, known Cam hater. Cam hater is actually good. Just Cam hater.
Gwen in here. Hi, Gwen. PPR, Tony Pollard or Zach Charbonnet? Matt, we're going to keep coming to you.
Oh, you're good. I love this question because I don't think there's a wrong answer here, but I am going to go with Charbonnet. I really like Zach Charbonnet. Tony Pollard, we've seen that even when he does have the volume, he can lay an egg for you. And maybe the same could be said for Charbonnet, but I just trust the offense of the Seahawks a little bit more than I do the Titans right now. It's at any given moment, Will Levis can make a decision that leaves all of us going, what in the heck is going on? So I just think Charbonnet has just got a more stable position.
All right, Fang in here. Fang 007. So apparently they're a secret agent as well. They're like a vampire secret agent. Fang 007. Everybody is saying to avoid Packers receivers like the plague. I need a Reed flex replacement. So Warren or Lockett. Actually, we're going to put Reed back in here. Would you rather play Reed, Warren, or Lockett, Matt?
Whoa, this is also tough because I like Reed a lot, and I used to like Warren, but he is really disappointing this season. I'll go with Lockett here. I go with Lockett. I am one of those people that is avoiding the Packers receivers like the plague this week, and
Okay.
maybe that's unfair to them, but I just think Malik Willis has a limited skill set, which will impact everybody, and Lockett has the stability. And like I said, Warren's just not doing anything to warrant me wanting to start him anytime soon.
And Matt, what is your favorite plague? If you had to pick one.
Bubonic.
Okay.
Classic.
Classic. What's the one where the frogs fall from the sky?
That was
the
going to
plague
be
I know.
mine. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
going to be mine. Like, I'm not into locusts at all.
I think it was
don't know
1A, 1B.
I think I just want to like live in Magnolia. That's probably it. So I want the
Mm.
frogs home. Oh, spoiler alert. All right. Andrea in here, one of the best fantasy drafters I know. Need one wide receiver and one flex out of Drake London, Juwan Jennings, Brian Robinson Jr. and half PPR.
Who?
Matt. Sorry.
Oh, you're good. I've been galaxy braining Juwan Jennings everywhere, and maybe it's not galaxy brain if everybody's thinking the same thing. Look, I think Drake London's probably your safest option here, but like I said, I play a little bit of like a gambler mentality when I do fantasy football, and I think Juwan Jennings has an opportunity to really to get that like 8 catch, 80-yard, and a touchdown game. And I just really feel like that could be something that you could use this week. And Drake London's just been kind of meh.
Jagger, thank you for raising your hand.
Brian Robinson is 4th in rushing yards over expected, and they have an incredibly juicy matchup against the Bengals, who have lost both of their defensive tackles. So
There
This
it
is
is.
true.
Matt.
That's
Matt.
tough. You just stick a knife in me.
I want to thank you for being on here with us today. Sorry we had those audio issues.
Oh,
The good
man.
news is you're going to be back with us at least 2 more times this season. Really excited for that. Guys, Matt is going right over to our Discord right now to answer some start and sit questions, especially from 12:30 to 1 o'clock. If you need those questions answered, get them over there in the Discord. Matt will be there to answer. Any parting words for our audience of hundreds today?
Hundreds of you are going to win your week because you made the smart decision of coming here.
I like it. I like it. Matt, you have a great day.
Thank you, guys.
And guys, we're going to bring up one of our favorite people in the entire world. Oh. Okay, stop clicking it, Jack.
What's up,
Hutchinson
boys?
Brown. Boy, that transition could not have been better.
Beautiful.
Like, 100%.
Beautiful.
So
Yeah.
You're like booming today, buddy. Did you get hit puberty again? What's going on? Like, wow.
Meet my voice?
Yeah, it's gotten
Really?
deeper. Yeah, it's like boom.
No, I
That's
mean
what I'm watching
nothing's really changed. That's just me.
now. All right. Well, Hutch, thank you so much for popping in
You're
here
muted,
today.
Big Jagger. Oh, thank you so much, man. And Joe, I wanted to appreciate your jean jacket. I also brought in a jean jacket for me today. I wanted to start a jean jacket party. Jagger, I'm sad you didn't join in on this.
You're muted.
You're also still muted.
I'm wearing a poncho. I'm sorry.
That's like a jean jacket, right?
No.
No.
They don't have ponchos in Canada. That's like the reverse jean jacket. Like
Yeah.
jean jackets are Canada.
Mhm.
I shouldn't probably say what I was about to say. All right,
Yeah,
let's
no,
go to
probably
Spice
not.
89.
Let's not do that.
Happy game day Sunday, fellas. I like that. Super flex. Pick 2. Herbert, assuming he plays. Darnold, Nixon, Dalton. Hutchinson, what would you do?
I think you gotta play Herbert and Darnold here. I mean, those two. I mean, Darnold's been absolutely on fire. Herbert's probably the most talented quarterback of this group, and then Bo Nix has been a disaster so far this year. Then Andy Dalton, his first game against a really solid Las Vegas defense, is not something I want to mess with this week. I would play Herbert and Darnold, and Herbert has been confirmed he's going to play, so you're playing him.
All right, Steely Dan. Who do you like this week and rest of the season between Juwan Jennings and DeMarcus Robinson? He's got Debo, and this is a full PPR league bagger. Rest of the season.
DeMarcus Robinson is going to have a role regardless of who's healthy. So I'd probably keep DeMarcus Robinson, whereas Juwan Jennings is a wide receiver handcuff. So really, this is just a question of how your roster is constructed. If you have a lot of depth and you can just keep like your backup wide receiver in Juwan Jennings, but most cases I'm keeping Robinson.
Okay.
Yeah, and one quick thing to add to that, when you consider the injuries of the wide receivers around Juwan Jennings and around DeMarcus Robinson, Cooper Kupp and Puka Nacua both can miss 4+ weeks. And then when you look at Debo and Kittle, they're like out this week, possibly next week or the week after. Like their injuries are a lot less significant. So it seems like Demarcus Robinson will have a role or a more significant role for a longer. But I also like Jagger's point saying that Demarcus Robinson will probably be involved in the offense no matter what. And then Juwan Jennings is more of just a handcuff.
All right, Michael in here with us. 1 point per reception. Injury bug hit him. Get some bug spray. Walker, Cup, or
wait, that's the one that gets you. That's the one that got you. Dude, out of all the jokes Joey has thrown out over the last couple of weeks, that's the one.
Man.
That's
I don't know if you caught it earlier, Hutch. I said the only reason we're having you back on is because you laughed at all my jokes. Yeah. All right, Kenneth Walker. Oh, don't start Cooper Kupp. He is out today, Michael. So we're gonna make this decision a little easier for us. So Kenneth Walker. Actually, Kenneth Walker's out too. Oh wait.
Yeah, he's saying these guys are injured, and
so is AJ Brown. Oh, he's down them. Okay.
Reading is fundamental, kids. Like, read the complete sentence and the complete question before you answer them. Okay. All right.
Sound it out,
so
Joey.
he needs a third down flex. Darius Slayton or Brenton Strange. I know it's horrendous. Not as bad as my reading. It's okay.
I think it would. Oh, sorry, Jagger. Go for it.
Oh, you can answer it. I'm getting some Strange. So.
Oh yeah, I would go Strange as well. I mean, 3 catches, 61 yards last week with Evan Ingram out. Ingram's going to be out again this week, and I mean, yeah, you got to go with that and just hope that something happens.
Quinn, 12 team, half PPR, straight. Yeah.
STR.
Let's go.
What?
STR.
Yeah.
Good job.
You
got it. All right.
Next question.
Don needs one between Zamir White, Cam Akers, Aaron Jones. That's our first Aaron Jones appearance today. And J.K. Dobbins. Hutch, what do you think, buddy?
That is a really, really hard question. There's 4 really intriguing fantasy football options here. I think if I had to choose one, though, I'd go Aaron Jones. I mean, he's looked very explosive at the backfield, and he's been one that you could argue has been the best of these 4 running backs so far. White is incredibly tempting, though. The matchup with Carolina, it should be a favorable game script where they're running the football a lot, and Carolina's defensive line is horrendously bad. But I think Aaron Jones is my choice here.
I like it.
Amy,
Hi, Amy.
It's giving us a thumbs up. Hutch, give thumbs up.
I got you.
I watched The Fall Guy this weekend, and what is that on
What'd you think, Joey?
I liked it. I thought it was really fun. I texted John. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. My wife and I, we have like a mutual crush on Ryan Gosling. Like, I don't.
Fair enough.
Yeah, he's pretty great. I just giggle.
Yeah.
I'd hold his hand. He's a pretty cool guy. All right.
Ours is Idris Elba.
Yeah, I get it. Minshew or Richardson, Jagger? Let's stop talking about our crushes.
Speaking of crushes, Richardson, I thought we were supposed to stop, baby. I'm shooting for upside here. Not that I don't like Gardner Minshew, but he's definitely a floor play, and you are only throwing him in if it's a bye week injury or like super flex. But Richardson's floor is Gardner Minshew's weekly output. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, I would go with.
Go ahead.
What's that?
Go ahead, Hutch.
I would completely agree here. Richardson is a player that I feel like we should have talked about more this offseason. You're going to have to live with the inconsistencies of him. He's at a 49% completion percentage right now. He's just not a consistent enough passer to give us consistent fan production every single week. You're going to have some lows like we did last week. You just got to keep playing him, though, because like we saw in week 1, he could throw multiple 50-yard touchdowns. It's just in his range of outcomes.
There it is.
Quinn finished the question. Yeah.
Start
Waddle, JSN, Worthy, or Higgins. So 2 of those guys, Jagger.
Ooh, wow.
I think I'm going to go JSN and Waddle. I can't quit Higgins, Joey. I can't quit Higgins. Like I know I'm going to start in JSN.
Yeah.
But it's Waddle and Higgins for me, and I think I'm going to put Higgins out. Hutch, help me out here.
I would put Higgins out as well. I mean, Waddle, it's when you look at the games that Skylar Thompson has started over the last couple of years from Miami, Waddle is not favorable in those games. It just hasn't been good for fantasy for him. And considering the matchup with Seattle, who have played very good on defense for the first couple of weeks, it's got to be Higgins. And even with the re-injury risk, even with the fact that he's a later game, it's Jason and Higgins for me.
All right. Penguin.
Ooh, shout it.
Yeah.
Say it with your chest, Joey.
No. I'll just do it. James Cook or Mike Evans for flex. There, I'll just do it that way.
Perfect.
Yeah, thank you. I tried.
Ooh,
I don't want to
man.
blow up my.
This
my new
is
thing.
a difficult
what do you
one,
think?
honestly. Those are both good options. It's hard to. Do you have a major lean, Jagger?
I have a rule, Hutch. Logically, James Cook, but Mike Evans is a Terminator. Like, I think that I definitely think that Patrick Surtain's a problem, but he
Mhm.
trails. I think 93% of the time he trails the number one wide receiver. But who are they going to pick as the number one wide receiver? Mike Evans or Godwin? That's the real question. Like, so.
You
Yeah, I
mentioned.
mean, it really
What?
depends because Pat Surtain, most of his snaps is in the outside, and then you have Chris Godwin lining up in the slot a lot more. So I think Surtain might be forced to just play on Evans just because of the alignment of the Bucs offense a lot. I would like looking. I like to look at the matchups again. I want to lean James Cook here. Jacksonville's defense has not played great. Jacksonville's team in general has not played great, and James Cook is on fire with this Bills offense. He's averaging almost 20 touches, 20 opportunities a game, and he's killing it with them. He's doing really, really well, and I think you got to roll with him here.
Thank you.
Since we're
Hutch. I'll
talking
swap
about
them
Bills,
in my rankings.
yeah. Since we're talking about Bills
You
running
did?
backs, like here's a fun fact. Oh, go ahead, Hutch.
No. I was reacting, Jagger. Go.
Oh no, since we're talking about Bills running backs with James Cook and Jagger mentioned the Terminator. Did you guys know that O.J. Simpson was originally who the studio wanted to play the Terminator, but James Cameron overturned it because he didn't think he could be a killer? That is a true story that actually happened.
That
they
is
cast Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Is that actually true?
100% true. It was O.J. Simpson was supposed to be the Terminator.
that's history, man. Because
Wow.
that's a good Joey fact. Bring more of those.
Yeah, he said he's too. James Cameron said he's too likable. Nobody would buy him as a killer.
Ooh.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for Joey to turn around and say that was completely false. I'm just waiting
No,
for the. I'm waiting for the
100% true.
punchline. 100%
Yep.
true. Wow. That's insane.
So the studio wanted. So
it's incredible.
Good job. Good job, Jim Cameron.
Fact.
Getting on late. Well, you're sleeping on the couch, James. I don't know what you expect, but we still got your question for you. Had to walk the dogs. Is it crazy to start Carr over Mahomes in Superflex? Was it?
Oh
I don't
my
know. It was
goodness.
Baker that somebody said started Mahomes.
Dude.
Is that crazy, Hutch?
I've seen so many questions like this week where it's like Carr or Mahomes, Goff or Mahomes, Baker or Mahomes, Darnold or Mahomes. And it's like, it's incredibly difficult to not go. Honestly, I want Carr here. I really, really do. Obviously, Mahomes is a fantastic quarterback, but he has not been great for fantasy. He's a borderline QB1 right now. And Philadelphia's passing defense, look, they've added a lot of secondary this offseason. I've loved the additions they made. They're still young, they're still inexperienced, and they're making a lot of mistakes. I mean, it was disastrous. It's been disastrous to watch their secondary the first couple weeks, to be quite honest. Jordan Love picked them apart. Kirk Cousins, especially on that last drive, looked really good against the Philadelphia Eagles. And I think Derek Carr is going to have some big plays here. And I'm expecting a Chris Olave breakout game, honestly. I'm in for a Chris Olave breakout this week. So as crazy as this sounds, I'm going to play Derek Carr.
I'm with you, Hutch. A lot today. Makes me feel good.
I like when everyone's getting along and agreeing and whatnot.
Yeah, it's nice.
All right. Zay Drummer beats Joey B, JT, Saquon, Nico, Neighbors, Ford. That's not the NC lineup I remember, but okay. So Joe Burrow, Jonathan Taylor, Saquon, Nico, Neighbors, or Ford. Hutch.
Oh, wait. JT, Saquon, Nico, Neighbors, Ford, flex. So one of those players for the flex?
Yeah.
No. Oh, wait, hold on. No.
Yeah. I think he's telling us, okay, he's starting. Now I got it. Joe Burrow, Jonathan Taylor, and Saquon. And then he's got Nico and Neighbors, Ford in the flex. So he needs a second flex.
Oh,
T. Higgins
and
Jaden Reed.
Okay, now I understand. This question. Okay, got it. I would, with Jordan Love inactive, I think it's got to be T. Higgins that you got to play here. The only reason that anyone in the receiving game was relevant for the Packers last week is because Dontavian Wicks caught it like a touchdown. I don't want to bet on that for Jaden Reed. I know he's an explosive playmaker. He's someone that can be threatening in the red zone, but T. Higgins is a player you got to play here with Joe Burrow healthy and this Bengals offense ready to roll.
All right, and it's Jaden Daniels for us. We are a little worried about Brock Purdy.
$1,000,000,000%. Yeah. You can't play Brock Purdy with all his weapons out. It's a challenging play.
I'm starting to get those dynasty trades for Jaden Daniels, and those are auto declines. I'm like, get, baby.
Yeah, get out of here.
Yep. Yeah, Jaden Daniels is a
hit him with a broom.
He's pretty much a lock right now.
Yep.
All right. You know what? I like these guys, and not just for their handsome faces and jackets. Thank you.
And ponchos.
And ponchos.
And ponchos.
You're the handsome face. You're the handsome face.
Poncho lives
Hutch and I
matter.
have the jackets. Hutch probably has a handsome face and the jacket.
You're handsome, Joey.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. Sometimes I need to tell myself that.
Mm.
It's good. It's good to hear. Thank you.
Your wife doesn't tell you that, Joey?
Oh, she tells me many things. Can't talk about that on the show though. Many things. I didn't have kids this weekend. It was a fun weekend.
Sorry,
Gents, are we ready to throw in the towel on Trevor Lawrence? Oh man, I forgot my father-in-law was watching. I was offered David Montgomery and a half PPR superflex would boost my very mid room. Zamir White, Najee Harris, that is a mid room, and I know
Yeah,
what
it
mid
would.
means because I'm cool, like and young, like Hutch, fellow
Mhm.
kids. Darnold would be my flex.
So this is
so-
super flex, I'm assuming.
Should he throw in the towel on Trevor Lawrence and start Darnold?
Yeah. If he's trading for David Montgomery, I'm for that. Like, depending on who your top QB is, like I think there's more meat in the bone on Trevor Lawrence, but like Zamir White is not good, guys. He's not good. And
No, he's not
Najee
good.
Harris is like, I think he's okay, but he definitely has a low floor. David Montgomery, we know what the Lions are. Like we know what they can do. Both Zamir White and David Montgomery are top 5 in EPA for running backs right now, and like David Montgomery is literally right next to Jahmyr Gibbs. So.
Yeah, and when you look at, Jahmyr Gibbs, I don't get why there's been slightly disappointment with Jahmyr Gibbs. He's averaging over 17.5 fantasy points per game, and Montgomery's still killing it. Montgomery's absolutely dominating in his first couple games in fantasy. If you could send Trevor Lawrence away for Montgomery, that's absolutely worth it. I'm agreeing. I'm agreeing here.
Josh Poplove, Jamo, or Brian Robinson Jr. Hutch, what do you think there?
Jagger was talking about it earlier. Brian Robinson Jr. in his matchup with the Bengals, they're missing 2 of their starting D tackles. That's going to be a fantastic matchup. And I've been very impressed what I've seen from Brian Robinson in the first couple of games. Not only when you look at the numbers, but I've been able to go back and watch every touch he's gotten. The dude just looks good. He's physical. He ends runs violently, and he looks like a fantastic running back right now. He's the guy to start here. And as much as Jamo's been great.
Matthew in here. Hey, Matthew, how you doing, buddy? Prescott or Goff today, Jagger? Is Goff coming back today?
Yeah, I have Goff actually, I have him back to back. I'm going to I have Dak Prescott slightly ahead because of the matchup. Right now, the Ravens are one of the worst pass defenses right now. They don't even have full corners. They're rolling out 3 safeties. Like, if you look how they got ate up by Patrick Mahomes, particularly Rashee Rice. So yeah, Prescott by a smidge.
Yeah, I would agree.
All right, one enthusiast, just one, just one.
He likes anime apparently.
Mm-hmm. Oh, is that an anime one enthusiast?
He has an anime profile pic. I don't.
Oh, okay. I thought that like One Piece. I thought. See, I'm trying to keep up, but I fell behind. All right, DJ Moore. I'm guessing DJ Moore or T Higgins. Hutch.
Yeah, I think you got to go with Higgins here. The Chicago offense right now is, you can't trust anybody. There's no one on this team that you can play for fantasy until we see otherwise. I got to go Higgins.
I don't think that's a real picture. Please help. I'm stressing. Should I start Joe Burrow or Kyler Murray?
Kyler. That's not you shouldn't
You
stress.
Kyler. Yeah, I think both should have really good weeks. Joe Burrow gets that Washington secondary, Jamar Chase potential breakout week. That should be fun. But Kyler Murray against Detroit should be a high scoring game. That should be a really fun matchup. Kyler's the guy to start, and he looks so good. Kyler looks dominant so far.
I have Kyler as my QB2 this week, and I was really hard for me not to put him at 1.
Yeah,
I couldn't pull Allen down. But dude, Kyler is. I got not going to victory lap, but Kyler's on a lot of fantasy rosters for a lot of people, and they are very happy. All right. Deborah, co-fed. Well, I don't know why you did that. Pickens or Shaheed?
I want Shaheed here. I think this Steelers Chargers game is going to be like who can run the football more and who can run it better. Like both these coaches, both these offenses are very much about running the football. I don't think they see this being a high scoring game. I'm going to go with Shaheed, the explosive Saints offense against a very inexperienced, weak Philadelphia secondary.
Alfredo Brown not having a wrench is telling. Or is it a tool? What is that, Jagger?
That is a wrench.
It is a wrench.
Yeah.
Did he not have a wrench for something?
Maybe.
How does Scampers know this? I feel like this shouldn't have been on the show. All right.
Yeah.
David. He's got 2 running backs out. Needs to put 2 more in between Cam Akers, Jerome Ford, and Gibbs. I'm going to say Gibbs is an automatic smash start. But as far as Akers and Ford, where are we at, guys?
Akers
Hutch.
for me.
Yeah, Ford is almost unstartable for me. The switch last week to Deonta Foreman being the lead back after seeing Ford get 7 targets, almost 80% of the running back opportunities in week 1, it was incredibly concerning. It's got to be Akers here.
Tucker says, thanks for the bone. Paws crossed. I think it's amazing that not only is your dog awesome to look at, but he can talk. It's like a Disney movie.
And type.
All right. Anthony Richardson or Sam Darnold, Hutch?
You gotta roll with Richardson. You gotta roll with Richardson here. The booms and the busts are gonna come through. The big games, bad games are gonna come through. You gotta start Richardson.
All right. Hello. Hi, Paul. How you doing? Thanks for saying hello. Sometimes people just come in here and they just throw their questions and don't even just have the courtesy to say hello. So thanks for saying hello, Paul. PPR league start. Tank Dell or clear Shakir as the wide receiver 2, Jagger?
I'm gonna keep putting out Tank Dell. He's still doing really well in targets. Fun charts just came out and he's on the good side of graphs. So just be patient.
Perfect.
I agree.
Paul's been posting polls and they've been 50-50. Thank you for trying to outsource the question and not bothering us, but please come bother us whenever you'd like. We appreciate it. This name's hard for me to read because I feel like I'm going to mess it up. So I'm going to read it very slowly. Big Mick, the Bears fan. Could really mess that one up bad.
It might be Big Mike.
Yeah.
Oh. So I just messed it up anyways.
Yeah.
I was afraid I was going to get the M and the D mixed up. 12-team Superflex League. Only allowed 2 quarterbacks. I got Hutch. I have Jerome Ford and Justin Fields and Gardner. Someone just dropped Darnold. Do I grab him and drop Minshew?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah. Absolutely. Is Minshew the one we're wanting to drop between those two?
I'm not ready. I'm not convinced Fields is going to give that job up. He's not done.
Okay.
He's not
No,
played bad.
no, he's not.
Yeah.
Like the thing is, he hasn't been good for fantasy. People are disappointed, but he's been very good for the Steelers offense. Like he just has. He's been really good for the Steelers offense. And until he makes a massive screw up, he's not losing that job.
Yeah, and like I said, guys, there's a lot of yards between Fields and Pickens that have been left on from penalties.
Yes.
You said 200 yards last week?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Over 2 weeks. It's been like, yeah.
Well, Watchman's in here with us today. Good morning to all.
Hey.
Full PPR, Evans or neighbors. Thank you in advance.
Ooh, that's
I have a rule.
brutal. Hey, go for it. What's your
I
rule?
don't drop Evans. I won't sit Evans. Ugh.
It's fair enough, man. And the thing is with neighbors this week, I think neighbors is very playable. Don't hear me what I'm not saying, but last week was the Commanders. This week is the Cleveland Browns. Those are 2 very different defenses. But I would play Evans here.
All right. Oh, Jim's in here. Good morning, Jim. Welcome back. Good morning, gentlemen. I don't know if there's any gentlemen on the show, but we're here. Connor or Pollard? Jagger.
You had this question earlier in the show, right?
Yeah.
Did I?
And I picked Pollard. So where are you at, Hutch?
I'm with Pollard as well. The Green Bay run defense is a funnel for running back fantasy points.
Yeah.
And Spears might be. Is Spears out? I didn't see official.
He's out of my lineup. I'll tell you.
Yeah. What are you laughing at, Joey?
Well, wait, give me a second, guys. We're gonna.
Oh, there's a comment. Oh no, there's a comment.
Yeah, just give me a second, guys. Let's.
I'll
take this one. Where'd the question go? Where's it at? This is a good song. Oh, I can't believe I lost the question. Okay, here we go. Ready? Jesus wants to know: stick with the girl I've been seeing for a month, or pick up that Duncan cashier who's been flirting with me? Jagger, what are you doing here?
If you're thinking about leaving the girl you've been seeing for a month already, that must mean you might not like her that much. So tell me more about the Duncan cashier, because he sounds great. Moreover, Duncan cashiers are pretty rough sometimes, so don't slide her, because she will kill your car. So be careful.
Yep. I completely agree with what Jagger said.
I didn't know there was horns, but I'm all for it.
Oh.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate that.
I
had to find a way to bring it back in because meditation and relaxation is not showing up, and I wanted to hit those music cues. So, Jesus, thank you for letting me fumble there. And great. Glad I did that right when this guy rolls in. Joe Bryant, let's
Yo.
go. Love these guys. All right,
Oh.
thanks, Joe. Yeah, I don't think that's a
What's up,
sorry,
Joe?
Joe.
No,
It-
that's
Oh,
not.
Joe is
man.
all about community and answering the questions that our community have.
Yes,
That was a
sir.
question they had. That could help him win his league this week. You don't know that Duncan Cashier might be like a fantasy guru. I don't know. You never know. All right. K-Trib's in here with the dog. Love it. Howdy, full PPR, flex play, DeMarcus Robinson versus the 49ers, Darnell Mooney versus the Chiefs, or Najee Harris versus the Chargers.
Ooh.
It's
That-
Najee for floor for me.
Yeah, Najee gives you floor. I think DeMarcus Robinson in a full PPR is tempting, though, especially against San Fran. They're probably going to be down in this game. But San Fran's defense is pretty good. They might be able to shut him down. I would play Najee.
Dexter coming in here now. I think this question's tough. I'm going to go to both of you because I want to hear from both of you. Tyreek Hill or Chris Godwin in PPR? It shouldn't
It's
be, but
slot
I think
god for
it's tough.
me. It's
Okay.
slot god for me.
Yeah, it's Godwin. It is Godwin.
Mm-hmm. John Smith in here. Yeah. I watched a movie with you the other day with my daughter. You were on a boat. 10 PPR, 10 points per 10 team PPR. Start 2. Evans, Amari Cooper. First time we see Amari Cooper's name today. Jerome Ford or Carson Steele. Hutch. Is it pretty much the two off the top?
Yeah, it's the 2 off the top. Yeah.
I like how you said 2 off the top. Sounds good, Hutch. Yeah. Trone Force. That's a good name. McLaurin or DeMarcus Robinson, Jagger?
Oof. Where's Terry McLaurin? I don't. I'll give it one more week. I don't know. What about you guys? Like we know that Terry McLaurin is supposed to be good. I've been told. I've heard tales. I haven't seen.
Yeah, I
it
know.
yet.
It's been really. I mean, last week you saw 8 targets, caught 6 passes. It just went for 22 yards. It was disastrous. I don't understand what's going on. I mean, at this point, like I've seen some people in situations where McLaurin's been droppable to me, like in a 10-team shallower league where it's like you can drop him. I would play DeMarcus Robinson here with Kupp and Nakua out. I really would. I think he's going to be more productive this week. I don't want to start McLaurin until we see it.
Yep.
All right. Morning, fellas. Hey,
Hi,
morning,
Sean.
Sean. Yeah.
What's up?
Oh, Sean's got a question. All TD, 6 points. Prescott or Darnold?
Prescott.
Yeah, it's got to be Prescott.
All right. Javonte Williams versus that Swiss cheese defensive line of the Bucks or DeMarcus Robinson and standard Hutch?
You got to go with the running back in standard. And Williams saw more volume last week, which was encouraging, but still didn't look good with it, but at least he saw volume.
Alien personnel. I feel like they're going on like a vacation to like the south of Europe. Etienne or Charbonnet? Which cities do they visit, Jagger?
I would visit ETN.
Yeah.
Charbonnet is 4th with the lowest yards per carry with 2.3.
Yeah, I would play ETN as well.
Waddle or Warren in the flex for Israel?
Warren saw more volume last week, which is encouraging. I think we should have expected a slow start for Warren because he was injured a lot of the offseason. And last week we saw more snaps, more touches, and almost 10 plus PPR points. Oh, this is really, really challenging. I would play Warren. I don't trust Waddle at all in this matchup. I really can't do it.
This is like a floor and ceiling thing. If you have
This is a
you feel
floor and
pretty-
ceiling thing.
If you feel really good about like the ceiling of the rest of your players, go put Warren out. But if you need some points, go put in Waddle.
I would agree with that. Yeah.
Stevie G playing some lacrosse, but needs a fantasy football question answered. Waddle, Pitts, or P. Ryan? Hutch, where are you going?
Oh, I would go Pitts.
Quentin Johnston or Jennings, Jagger?
Jennings.
Yeah, it's gonna be Jennings. I don't trust Johnson at all. I know it's 1 week. I don't trust him yet. I can't start him right now.
The Chargers threw 19 times last week, so that's.
Odunze or Ford? Who we starting? Hutch?
Ooh, I think both. Yeah, I would have started Dunze. I know I've said recently Bears are unstartable, but I don't want Ford in my lineup, and I just don't think there's much floor or ceiling there. Dunze at least has a ceiling if you get a couple big plays and a good matchup.
All right. Well, guys, that's going to be our time today. Thank you to Hutchinson Brown for being here, as well as Matthew Montgomery and Adam Hutchinson. I thought I was going to get really confused with Hutch, and but no, I'm fine. I'm here. Thank you so much. Jagger, any parting words for our audience today?
Good luck, guys. It's week 3, so we're going to have a lot more data to be able to process. Have fun and try not to tilt too hard.
Hutch, what do you got to say to the people?
Yeah, man, it's week 3. After the first 3-4 weeks, we can start to make some hard drawn conclusions. Make sure you're really focusing on these next couple of weeks on, certain trends and things that are going on, because this is where we can start to really make some conclusions. Good luck this week, everybody.
Absolutely. And guys, head over to the Discord. I see we have a lot of questions here we were not able to get to today. Sorry for that. But go over there. Matt Montgomery is over there answering all of your questions in our Discord. And guys, be nice to your Dunkin' waitresses and have a great week 3.
And your Dunkin' cashiers.